Oh, and then I need the a link once you've gotten it
Sure,
started,
sure.
just so I don't forget.
So when the show starts, how do we know?
Oh, you'll
I'll
know
tell you.
Okay.
because I will start. I will
Oh,
start
you're gonna.
talking.
Okay.
No, no, because Richard, because it will start going down. Like it'll go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then I'll start talking, and then we'll be go through till we're done, and then when we're done, about 2 minutes before we're done, I will sort of get you all to finish saying what you say. Then I'll say a little thank yous and close it off,
Yeah.
and then I will use this, and
Okay.
that's
Oh, do
when
you
it's
even go
done.
like that?
Yeah, when you go.
This is so fun.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, it is fun. It is fun, and it's so good to have you on. So people will want to hear you. Will want to hear your story, and they want to help.
Vicky, I just sent you the link.
Oh, wonderful! Thank you.
Tell me when
There we go. It just
when
came
you
in.
have it. Share it up the way you like to have it.
Yeah, things look very good. Okay, so I'm gonna try. Here, take this. And in.
It's Maghrib already.
Okay, so wait.
Duduk ko na.
Hold on, umbrella.
Wait, and just one more thing. I'm sorry, I'm just trying to. Wait. Okay. Okay.
One, two.
Okay. I think this will work. And then. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to. Okay, so it's publishing, so that's good. So we're ready with that, and I think we're ready to go, right?
Ready?
Okay, so Richard.
You have your button box in front of you. It has the number 5 with a circle
Yes,
around
right,
it.
right.
When
yes.
you press that, you'll start the countdown.
Right. Okay. Very good. Oh, for me to hit that. Oh, that's new. Okay. Okay, so I'm ready to go, so I should just hit it, right? Here we go. Welcome to Talking Peace with the Western New York Peace Center, being recorded here in Think Twice Radio in the home of the future, also the home of our friend and producer, Richard Wicca. Thank you, Richard. And we thank our friends at WBNY, Buffalo's original alternative radio station, 91.3 FM. We thank you at Buffalo State University, and all our friends at Buffalo at WBNY, including our producers, Greg Harvey and Brian Harrell. And when I think of thankfulness, I think of our BIPOC friends, our Black, Indigenous, and people of color. I think of how, and how they and so many people who no matter what has gone wrong, still know that thankfulness is so important for gratitude. Gratitude is the wise attitude, no matter how many hardships we could have had. And today that's so important more than ever before. So I do want to remind us that we are on Haudenosaunee land, indigenous land from the Seneca or the Inondawaka people. And they start all of their events out with a Thanksgiving address where they thank the people that made the gathering possible, just like I just did. And then they thank Mother Earth for making it a wonderful earth that gives us everything we need for a good life here in this world. And um, then they thank the for the living waters. The water is life. We're so grateful for the water, clean water, water that we need, water that gives us joy and health and our very existence. For the plants and animals, so many different wonderful plants and animals that we need so much, especially the trees that give us the very air that we need, that we breathe, and that hold the earth together with the nurture each other and all of us. And then the so many leaders and teachers and wise people who have helped us. And then they thank the creator, and then the love that animates it all. And then the people would say Yahweh, the person would say Yahweh, and then the people would say Nyo. So if I'll say Yahweh and you can say Nyo. So Yahweh.
Yeah.
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 Thank you.
Very
Thank you.
nice.
Well, I am so thankful right now to be here now with this beloved family that we are here to learn from and listen to and hear the story of Nurul Amin Shah Alam's family that has gone through so much grief and hardship, and the whole community. We are thinking of you and trying to see, to learn and see how people can help. So we just, their deep, deep condolences. We want to honor him and honor you all and your story. So we're so grateful for each of you that's come. And so I want to introduce first Arakan Prince. Prince, thank you so much for coming and for all your help. And you'll be translating.
Absolutely.
Yes, thank
Yeah.
you. Such a wonderful friend of the family and leader in the community.
I try.
And
Try to be
I
try
know,
to support the family, try to be
yes,
part of the family, and
yes,
try to be part of the community and make it a wholesome community.
wonderful.
Yeah.
Yes, we need you for that. And thank you so much for that.
It's a
So,
pleasure.
and here, if we put it a little bit closer, just, yeah,
Okay.
good. That's wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
And then Faisal, son of Nurul Amin. So it's Faisal. Um, we're so glad that you could come and be here with us. So thank you.
Thank you. Be shukriya ta kore teri tu rasho diya la.
Shukriya.
Be shukriya. Yeah.
Shukriya for being here.
The rasho diya la be shukriya korte.
Dahidan bishi shukriya.
Very grateful that you invited us over here as well.
Oh, we're so glad to have you here and have your presence. And so Fatima, we're also so grateful, so very grateful that you have come. So very kind of you, and we give our deep condolences to you in every way for the terrible hardship and everything you've gone through.
Iba sana teri iba bishi dilutu bishi kya kita Oshanti sinta koriora onara bahoy bella ki on iba tu kya kita gonna lagar ba se jenis ko ye leki sinta ba gonna ya ishode hoy bella ara sati di bella fati di bella to ezone no handi bella ara sati asi fati asi ba to zian la ya rayan la dukkot shukkot ara asi ba.
Shukriya.
Thank you.
Shukriya. And Khaleda, last but not least, Khaleda Shah. Khaleda, thank you so much. Also, again, dear, deep friend of the family. We're so grateful that you could come as well.
Thank you. It's a pleasure being here and to support the family. It's an honor.
Yes, yes,
Thank
it's
you.
so important. That is really so the community people will be very interested in this show because people want to support the family. People really I can say all over the country for certain, and maybe all over the world, but certainly over the country with the terrible, terrible, terrible loss that you suffered. People have, paid attention all over the country because it is so, so very terrible.
Sedukun hala gotana kolo ye sedukun bura hala to kolo ye yanala ere Arabe no বহুত মানুষ কল ফুটি জায়গা তো ফুটি কে কেতে ফুটি দুনিয়ার কোনা কোনা মানুষ কল তো তারা না ইনসাফি আনলা তারা হদ তারা তো দুঃখ লাগের তো আজ যে তোরা ফাতিমানা অনারা ফাতিমানা Arabe no ere যেটুকুন মানুষ যেটুকুন আছে যেটুকুন মানুষ কল বেকোন সাথী ফাতি আছে
So what we usually start off with is values. The values that we want to say are important in honoring Nurul, in his honoring his memory. So what are the values? And so this is for you to say, as a friend of the family. What are the values that you think of when you think about honoring Nurul and supporting the family, hearing their story or knowing their story?
I would say first of all perseverance.
Mm-hmm.
Second is resilience.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is that being an Arakan Rohingya refugee, years of suffering, decades of suffering, you don't see that someone complaining about suffering from our community, especially refugees. When I say refugees, I'm talking about refugees in general.
Right.
Like, it's not just Arakan Rohingya refugees, there are so many other refugees, Palestinian refugees, Syrian
Yes.
refugees,
Yes.
Somalian refugees,
Yes.
Sudanese refugees,
Yes.
and everyone who has suffered some sort of discrimination, some sort of persecution, some sort of violence, some sort of mistreatment, some sort of isolation, every one of them, you see them, they never complain about their life being difficult. They think about how can they make their life better, because of course they are trying to look for help, but at the same time help is not going to come to you unless you help yourself. So that's the same case over here for Mr. late Nurul Amin Shah Alam's case over here. So you see, over the years, over decades, he got married with Madam Fatima, his
Yes.
other half, and then they had really beautiful children. But his journey started from a way that he knew that life's gonna be difficult, but he never tell his wife hey, I'm not gonna be able to take care of you or the children. I'm just gonna leave you guys, and I'm just gonna abandon you guys. No, he did not do that. What he did was that he took the leap of faith, and he knew he's gonna face more discrimination, more persecution.
Right.
So he went to a place where he didn't know anyone or anything. He would travel from one place to another, taking the boats, sailing from one place to another, seeking refuge, and then being on a land of unknown, being a refugee, and starting a life where he knows nothing. He knows no language. He knows no people. He knows nothing.
Right.
He persevered that.
Right.
And then when I say resilience, he knew he's gonna face hardship. He made sure that he kept himself strong, and then he came out of it stronger.
Right. Right.
And now being in a place where he thought his so-called, I wouldn't say final destination, but a place where he thought oh, this will be the safe haven where he will now be united with his family together, living happily ever after. Every man, every woman, everyone
Right.
have that dream,
Right.
having that happily ever after. So his happily ever after was here, thinking that he will be united with his family. Over the years, he he was already having issue with his eyes. But he
Right.
became blind. Then he already had knee issues. He had a lot of issues, but he never complained. He never said like, life is difficult,
Mm.
life is hard.
Mm-hmm.
He just said that I have a responsibility, I have family, I have people who I love. And I just want to add one last thing. For us refugees, I always say this. For us refugees, we don't have much in life. Our only treasure is our family.
Right.
There is no such thing as like, oh, we have such properties, we have we have expensive jewelries or luxuries. No. For us, what matters is family. What
Right.
matters is children, wife, son, daughter. And if you see any refugee being with their family, they will be the happiest.
Right.
They will be happiest.
Right.
And you know what? The sad thing is, Mr. Nurul Amin Shah Alam, late Mr. Nurul Amin Shah Alam,
Yes.
he managed to savor that only for 8 years of his life.
Mm-hmm.
8 years.
Mm-hmm.
He passed away at the age of
That's-
56. He managed to only stay together with his family for 8 years. And after that, tragically, he passed away. So, this is the story of resilience. This is the story of perseverance. This is the story
Great.
about them,
Yes, and family,
the
as
family,
you say.
the
Yeah.
family. Yeah.
Thank you. So
But-
those
and-
are such beautiful values.
Yeah.
Values are so wonderful ones and universal, really.
Yes, it is. It is.
And so Faisal, so
Mm.
if you would ask Faisal, when he thinks of his father, if you think of honoring your father, and what are the values that you think of? What are the principles or feelings, ideas
Toi,
that you think of?
Faisal, toto fosalode, zetegi tor babar hota, tor babar babute monot aye, anole yad aye. Babar babute ki hundala মানুষ আছিল hundala জিন্দগি গজিল hundala গৰি এবাৰ যেনেকুৱা কি কাকিতে এবাৰ দাম আছিল এবাৰ নিজৰে নিজে hundala দাম লাগিল তই তোৰ বাবৰে hundala গৰি তো ইজ্জত কৰৰ কিয়াল্লা বুলি ইজ্জত কৰ কিয়াল্লা বুলি আদৰ মহব্বত কৰ দেখিনি হৈ দেখা যায়
বাবার লোক বেশি গম মানুষ আছেন
my dad was a great man he was a good man
তাই বেশি মানুষের লয় মিলাজিলা সুন্দর করে থাকি তো
and he used to stay happily with the rest and he knows how to like mingle with everybody
Mm-hmm.
বেশি গম ছেলেরই তাই আর হনো দিন আই হনো বাবার ন দেখি মিলিশাই বাদে দেখি 2013 মাদে
I have never met my dad until the time that I came to Malaysia in 2013. So since I was born, I have never seen him.
তাই 10 বছর বাদে দেখি দিলি 10 বছর বাদে দেখি আর তাই আই হয়তো নরি বাবা দে তাই আই বাদে দেখি বাদে চিনি বাদে আর বাপ দে হয়ে যে কেলা আর আর দলানো এদের টেলিফোনের মধ্যে হতা হইতাম তো দেখি বেশি কম লাগে বেশি কম মানুষ
So I've never seen him since I was born because he have already moved to a new place, a different place where he could work and he could he could take care of us. So since I was young, I've always wanted to meet him, but only at the age of 10 years old, I managed to see him face to face, united with him. But prior to that, I would only see him on the call, on the phone.
আর বেশি আদর করতাম আর বেশি আদর করতাম আর বেশি ইজ্জত করতাম
He used to love us so much, and
Yes,
we used to love him and respect him a lot.
of course. Of course. And how old are you, Faisal?
Thought about
I can
Shadun
ask.
Faisal, yeah.
5 বছর
22 years old.
22. Yeah. So thank you for telling. Those are such important values, and it's so important in your story.
তো এরা ছিলাম যে যেগুলো মাদের সাথে যাইতাম দেখান হয়তো আলিকে কেকেন নিলিস তো মামা তার মধ্যে থাকিস তো বাইরে তোর মারে সিরাগুড়ি এরিয়ার হনিমিকা নদাস রাইতে তাইতে নন হিলিস এনকে নিশ্চয় দিত
Whenever I used to visit my dad in the holding center, he would always advise me that I I should, I mean, he basically says to Faisal that Faisal should never leave his mom and should never leave, should never go at night, shouldn't go out
Mm-hmm.
at night and
Mm-hmm.
just be by the mom's side all the time because he
Mm-hmm.
always says that whatever happened to him, he had to make sure that it doesn't happen to the mom and also the brother.
Yes.
He have
Yes.
always wanted to make sure like whatever he suffered, his children, I mean his wife and his children doesn't go through the same pain and same misery.
Right. Right. No, so important, and that love and protection,
Yeah.
so big. Yeah. So we're so sorry that it happened like that.
তো এবার বেশি আফসোস করে দেরি যে জিনিসগুলো ইয়ানোলা বেশি আফসোস করার
And so for Fatima, when you think of honoring your husband, what do you think of as the values that you think of, and how you or how we, the community, can honor your husband's
তো
memory?
zindalaki mamu intahalage mamu rabute kasu bala jinis ko mamu guriye shil anola ze jinis ko mamu zindaki adot hayrot bala hay adot hayrot ashili anomare ki ashil hondala manush ashil zindalaki manche izut gore fani inar babati kasu hoy dosai
আল্লাহ দিলে মোর জামাই বেশি কমাইছিল মানুষেরে বেশি আদর দয়া করতো গরিব গন্ডারে বেশি চাইতো তাহলে মানুষের নহরে রহন মানুষ এবার অঙ্গম মানুষ কাল্লা থেকে আমেরিকা যায় এন্দি লই গেল গই আমেরিকা যায় কেন অঙ্গম মানুষটা জল হাড় এর অঙ্গ মাসিন বেশি আসুক গরুদা আছে
My husband was a great man. He used to help people regardless of their background, and he never had any issues in his life. In fact, of all the time that he has lived, he have never had any issues, personal issues, or like um, having enemies with anyone.
Right.
And for those people that he has helped, they have until today they call me and ask me how could someone like him, an honorable man like him, a noble man like him,
Yes.
who helped everybody, who was there on their when during that difficult time, got in such situation, such horrible situation.
Mm,
So yes, I love my husband very much, and
of course.
he was a great man.
Of course. So that love, that honor, that greatness, we're so grateful to you for sharing with us your feelings.
বেশি শুক্রিয়া করতে করি তুই হাতারে সেই জিনিস দালা মানুষ মামু আসিল মামুর হতা হয়ে দিয়ে আনলা বেশি বেশি শুক্রিয়া আদা করতে
We give our big, deepest condolences. And
তাজিয়া
love.
হদ্দেরি বুঝলেন না ইন্তাহা হয়ে দিয়ে আনলা তারা ওকে আফসোস করতে
শুক্রিয়া
And
থ্যাংক ইউ
And Khaleda, what would you say for values that you think of in here as we are honoring Nurul and the family?
I would say, growing up here in America, and finally, seeing such tragic unfold with the family of Nurul Amin Shah Alam, the whole definition of value or values have changed for me. I have a whole perspective, not just on life, but value itself.
Right.
And right now, in this very moment, when I think of value, I think of nothing else but Mr. Nurul Amin Shah Alam. He is value. He's the definition of value to me.
Yes.
And everything that he held within him, that is family, love, resilience, like Prince mentioned. And that's just what it is for me right now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So beautiful. So beautiful. And that reverence for his life and for life.
Right.
And for love.
Exactly.
For the family love, for the community love.
Right. And it's such an honor to be sitting
Yes.
here with such a great, wonderful woman and wonderful
Yes.
family. It takes a lot of strength and courage to be speaking in such a tough time like this. And she has managed to be here, Faisal has managed to be here and speak with you and the community. It takes a lot of courage. I don't think I would have been
Yes.
able to do it. So I commend them for being able to do that, and it's an honor for me to be here to support them in this journey.
And for me, I would say the honor I think of, we are honored. We are honored
Mhm.
that you were willing to come, that you're willing to share your story here, that you trust us enough. So we're very, very honored. And I think of the values of truth and love, because you're telling your truth, your story, telling your story is so important. And then that love, sharing that love, and really because we are all connected, so that you know it's a grief, and the community is grieving for you, grieving with you, and your family. So we're very grateful that you've come. And as you said, in the very, at the beginning, as you said, Prince, that the suffering that refugees go through, that's why they're refugees. That's why people come, because of the suffering that people have had. So if you would tell a little bit, and maybe we can, people can add in, but just to give some people, because a lot of people won't know the basic story of the refugee, of the Rohingya, Arakan Rohingya people, and what has happened, what's the general situation that they've been in, and then also for this family, how did that play out to getting here, and all of that. Really, the history of the story and the
Well,
setting,
yeah,
really.
there's a lot of things happening
Yes.
back where we came from. So when I
Mm-hmm.
say where we came from,
Mm.
the place is called Arakan.
Mm-hmm.
So Arakan is a state in Burma.
Mm-hmm.
Arakan has a very diverse ethnic groups over there, very diverse ethnic groups, and one
Mm-hmm.
of it is the Arakan Rohingya.
Mm-hmm.
So we have been excluded from being one of the community member simply because of our belief, our religious belief,
Mm-hmm.
because we are Muslim, number
Right.
one. Number
Right.
two is that because of our skin color, saying that we are the origin of the Bangladesh, so we are the Bengalis. So they excluded us, and there's other factual things as well.
Mm-hmm.
But this is what can be seen actually, and which is very obvious. So over the years, the one who has been ruling the place, the military, the junta. I
Right.
mean, Burma operates a bit differently. They run by the military government, not
Right.
the actual democratic government,
Right.
by the military government.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't want to be get political into it,
No, no,
but
that's okay.
yeah. But long story short, we are basically excluded from the community. We are made to be expelled from the place that we are originated from, which is Arakan.
Mm-hmm.
So many of the time, what happens is that all these people, all these so-called authorities, the militaries, they will come and they will persecute us, they will oppress us, they will bring us to do forced labor, they will rape the women, they will, they will execute, and they
Mm-hmm.
will burn the houses, burn the livestock, and they will make the living hell of our lives.
Right.
Now, see, they will cripple us since we are very young by isolating us from the civilization, or
Mm-hmm.
isolating us from the basic human rights, which is the access to education,
Mm-hmm.
employment, healthcare.
Right.
So when you take this basic rights from any human being, what happens is that you cripple them since young. I'm not talking about
Right. No,
physically,
no.
but mentally.
Right.
You know, it's so much easier to cripple someone here than to cripple them physically for them or
Right.
anyone.
Right.
So that's what happened. Many of us, we live through trauma,
Right.
and then the trauma becomes, we face the trauma so often that it becomes so normal. And for us, it's not trauma anymore. It's normal.
Right. Right.
And then, because of the persecution, the oppression, many of us either commit suicide or they have to run for their lives to the neighboring
Right.
countries.
Right.
So there is Bangladesh,
Yeah.
there is Thailand,
Mm-hmm.
there is Malaysia, there is Indonesia, there
Right.
is India,
Right.
Pakistan,
Right.
and all these countries that is the neighboring countries.
Mm-hmm.
So we have to go and seek for safe sanctuary.
Right.
And these countries, they do, like, some of these countries, they do welcome us with an open heart, and some of them, because there are too many of us, they can't take us in.
Right.
So yes, in other words, we are the man of no land. We've been stripped with that basic rights. We've been stripped with that ability to say, hey, this is where we came from. This is the origin. This is our origin. This is our homeland. This is my land. This is the place where my ancestors, my father, my grandfather, my entire family existed. And many of us, they will destroy our entire bloodline. And we are just one of the very few who managed to, like, get over here.
Right.
But imagine how many of our ancestors didn't make it. Could you
Right.
imagine?
Right.
And I always say this, like, there's some empty chairs over here. This could have been one of my friends, could have been one of my family members. But these empty chairs,
Right.
the reason why they are empty is because they have been killed. The whole entire bloodline perished.
Yeah. So much suffering, as you said.
So it's the same thing
So,
that
so
happened to
much.
his family,
Mm-hmm.
my family. We became refugee not because we wanted to become a refugee. We
No,
were
no.
compelled by the circumstances, by
To
the
survive.
situation,
To
by the
survive.
environment.
Right. To leave to
Yeah,
survive.
to survive.
Right.
The only thing that we can think about is to survive and to keep our family safe, united.
Right.
That's it.
Right.
So that's why, like, the emphasis of unity, family,
Mm-hmm.
is so important over here, because that is the only reason why that we look forward to being alive, to staying alive, because you need to have a reason.
Right. Of course. Yes.
In order for you to have hope,
Yes.
you need to have a reason to
Right.
have this. The family
Right.
is our only hope.
Right.
So that is the backstory of, like, of
Mm-hmm.
our origin. And then again, we seek refuge, we become refugees in all these countries. Yes. The thing about, like, being refugees is that you can survive in those countries, but you cannot thrive in life.
Right.
When I say thrive, it means, like, the desires that you have.
Right.
Hey, I want to become somebody. I want to, like, I have big dreams. Can I achieve that? But no, you cannot. One is because of the label. Two is because of the limitations that comes to that label. You cannot have basic rights when it comes to employment,
Right.
basic access to education,
Right.
basic access to healthcare, which should be a universal rights to
Right.
every single person.
Mm.
How lucky we are, you are, or the people on this side of the world are.
Right.
It's a privilege, right?
Oh.
For us, it's a luxury.
Yeah. No, in this country, we have in
So
general.
much a privilege.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That there are people, the country people are 5% of the world using 20% of the world's resources. So people here have it much better, although not everybody.
Not
of course,
everybody,
there's
yes, of
huge
course.
differences, and in fact, we've done many shows about just how much disparity there is
disparity.
between, some people are very poor, some people are very, very, very rich, and more that this difference is getting more pronounced all the time. But so can I ask, and then maybe if we go around on this of, like, when and even when people came here, and where you came from, and then how you got together as a family, or what state you were at of getting together as a family before the tragedy.
Tôi tara iba fusolode ওনারা দেশ আমারে হন জায়গা আমরা তাকিলা হন জায়গা আমারে দলাইও তো এই জায়গায় আর ফারার নাম আনারা জায়গার নাম কিনে হইতে পারিবা না তো এই জানে পারিবান
Ara doloide Malaysia made bigilin doloide ri family bigilin baba bayan ma Malaysia made doloilam ne janane ki pinak boli onnan made
so
dia ta teram made
in 2013 we all met together. When
Uh-huh.
I say we means him and his family. So
Right.
when I speak, I'll
Right.
just speak behalf of them,
Right.
so that
Right.
it'll be
Right. What
easier.
he's saying.
What he's saying,
Yeah.
literally, as a first
Literally.
person. Yeah.
Right.
So in 2013, we collectively, everybody, my whole family, were united in Malaysia in this
Mhm.
place called Penang.
Mhm.
But we are originated from Arakan, Burma,
Right. Right.
Myanmar.
Of course.
dia ta teram bigilin doloilam ne onnan made Malaysia made
Like hon zaga hon farato ashido fusalati muli age kita desha mare.
Burma Arakan Mongdo farana mile hawabil
So in Burma, in Arakan, we were from the city called Mongdo and then the village called Hawabil. So we were from that
Right.
area, from that
Mhm.
district.
Mhm.
te hintin ede Malaysia made ছিলেন 2013 মধ্যে বুটলে আই আর মা তারপর সাথে বাই বড়টা বললা ফুয়াইতে কত গব্বো তো আর বনি গিল কত
So then in 2013, we
Right.
took the boat. We risked our life and we took the boat because of the violence that was going on back in Burma in
Right.
the place that we were staying in. We went to Malaysia. During
Mhm.
that time, it was just me, my mom, and
Right.
my elder brother,
Right.
বাইর লাভ
and also my brother's wife.
তো আর তিনজনেরই তিনজন আই আর মা বাইর লাভ বড়ি তো থাইল্যান্ড মধ্যে পৌঁছি থাইল্যান্ডে তুই মালয়েশিয়ার মধ্যে পৌঁছি
So during that time on the boat, it was me, my mom, and my brother's going to be wife.
Mhm.
Um, we managed to get to Malaysia, but prior to going to Malaysia,
Right.
I managed to take a stop in Thailand. We had to go through
Mhm.
Thailand, and then we
Right.
came to Malaysia.
Right. Well, and then from there you came to this country from Malaysia?
So in Malaysia, to area ashutani.
যে মালয়েশিয়া তিন এডাশি
Then after that, from Malaysia, I came over here.
Yeah. In what year would that be?
Hon Bosara Mare.
2021 সালত ডিসেম্বর
I came here to on December 2024.
2024.
Yeah.
And now, was your father already here?
তো তোর বাবা ভাতে আসলে না?
বাবা মামা তারপর সাথে আরো ছোট ভাই আর 4 জনেরই
So it was five of us who came together. It was
Oh.
me,
Right.
my brother, youngest brother,
The
my
youngest.
mom,
Right.
and my dad. So four of us.
Right. 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 So it was very recent that when you came, and then anyway, and Fatima, if there isn't anything, first of all, is there anything you need? Are you comfortable? Is
Kaso
everything-
lagi mo na funny tani happen na kaso lagi mo na question lagad na.
Okay, just checking. I was just checking because when you were looking, I wanted to make sure if you need something or you're, trying to figure out something.
Kaso lagi la hoy dito bole.
You can always ask us. Yeah, because your needs come first. So and then for maybe, I mean, we were really, we had already talked about, we're not going to say, talk about what exactly happened. It's been reported in the newspaper, everything, some of the facts of the matter. And some of us could get very heated about, there are a lot of things that need to happen. But let us just go to what it was for you when, in the tragedy, how it has been for you to experience the tragedy of your dear, deep loss.
এইখিনি হৈ সঁচাই কেন महसूस লাগিল যেতেকে অনেক চিহ্ন অনাৰ জানোৱা কি জামাই আছে বা এন্তাহালগি কি লাগে কি নলাগে তই ইয়ানি কি জামাই তই
জামাই তাহলে আর মতো বেশি ফেরাসানি লাগিল বেশি অশান্তি লাগিল আর
when
ডল্লা অশান্তি লাগিল কলে গা তো অঞ্জলিল মারা হবার ফুনি ইন আর ডল্লা আর আর সুরতর গেল মুই
when my husband passed away, when I found out about it, I felt like there was a burning sensation. My entire body burnt. It felt like I was being burnt alive because I felt so helpless, and I just felt like my other half, my better half, who I was supposed to live the rest of my life with happily ever after, it was cut short. I'd have never expected that I would experience that in any way.
I'm so sorry for the tragedy. It's such a huge, huge, terrible tragedy.
ঘটনা ইবালা ইবা বেশি মাফসার বা বেশি আফসোস করার বা অনারে অনারলা
শুক্রিয়া
thank you.
And so, with all of the grief and grieving that you have, what has helped you to continue on?
Ona tu zindalize jinis kolo ye oi bai de hundala guri ya ajuluti fan tengorore tengon diore to bade atorore addiore hundala mozbut oire ajuluti ti ai faccio hundala guri ki honika moddot kuchene honika kosukia kuchene ki hone sati tiene onle kio de onle findalla ne kio la boli ona ajuluti ajuti ai farode
نابودم होता है
মানে কি ajuluti indala ti ai faccio ajuluti ki kide doro moro aso ono নিজরে দিলরে দর গরিয়রে ajuluti inda ti ai faccio kella indala shokti indala ki kide hunti ashe মানে কি হনিকে মদ কোচেনে আনলে নিজেকে নিজে কিওর বল hunti বা আসে দেয়ান ফুসালা বিল্লারি
মদত আর কান্নাই হন মরে মদন ন করে আর কান ফিরিছে দূরের আলাদা দূরের তো হিনলে আর বলগরি আরে তে দেশিটাই আল্লাহ দিলে কমিউনিটি অকল এ দেশিটাই এনে দূরের দরিয়া
The reason why I have the strength to go on to move forward is because of the support that I have received from the people that I have never expected that I would get, especially the local community over here. And also like to see from people coming from various different backgrounds coming forward, stepping forward and helping. And Prince was there for me to to go places and to speak behalf, and also Khaleda supported me and showing me the way and keeping us in track and giving us a reason to move forward and to be together. So we appreciate for those people who have supported us during this hard time. This is never really what we expected.
And all your children here now,
The honor Fonical Bekulo Nera Asana.
or is
দুয়া এড়ে দা দুয়া মালয়েশিয়া আর তিন্না মালয়েশিয়া
Two of my children are here. One is right now over here. Not,
right? Of course,
yeah.
Faisal.
The other one, the younger one, he is over here as well. The youngest one is 10 years old. Then the other three back in Malaysia.
So there's still 3 back in Malaysia.
Yeah.
And for our person, Mick, excuse me, who asked what country that you were from, he might have missed the beginning of the show. You're from originally from the Arakan province of Burma,
Yes.
and then you traveled through Malaysia, and had all of that hardship to get to finally getting here fairly recently, really right before. Well, we won't start talking about the injustices of our so-called justice system. So that was just in 24 when you arrived, right?
Yeah, we arrived
Yeah.
fairly recently, actually, very recently. So
Right.
they arrived on 2024, December. I arrived on 2025 January, so we are just 2 weeks apart.
Oh, really?
So
Mm-hmm.
we were one of the very few families that we made it right before the cut off, like
Oh,
with
with
the
all,
refugees. Yeah, with all
yeah.
the yeah.
He who
So
shall not be named.
yeah,
Yes, we don't like to. It's like anyway. I don't want to start talking about
nice, fine. Like
Voldemort. Voldemort. They call he shall not be named.
mm.
If you say his name, he gets stronger. Anyway, so
At the end of the day,
that's
yeah,
the Harry Potter. So we
yeah.
don't need to talk about
We are not
Harry
like
Potter.
we are not here
Yeah.
to blame anyone or to point fingers
No,
or
no,
anyone. It's at the end of the day,
no, no.
I think you mentioned very nicely and beautifully in the beginning, the attitude of gratitude will bring you really far in life. I think
Right,
because of that attitude, we together, like Khalida, Faisal,
right.
Madam Fatima, and the whole family managed to come this far is because of that.
Yes,
So
yes, and I can see
thank you for
that.
that. I think at the
Oh,
end of the day, it's
please.
the gratitude.
And let me ask you, Khalida, what have you seen, you know, with the family in helping them at
I
this time?
feel so blessed to
Mm-hmm.
have been connected with the family.
Yes.
My eyes, even at this very moment, and my ears feel blessed to
Mm-hmm.
see such beauty and to
Yes.
hear such beautiful thing. I have seen
Yes.
gratitude with my eyes, and it's with this family. They have always been, it's such a tragic thing that has happened, but
Yes.
even through the tragedy, they have always expressed gratitude.
Right.
They have not expressed any ill emotions towards anyone.
Mm-hmm.
I have. I
Mm-hmm.
have. When I
Mm-hmm.
first received
I
the
have too.
message,
Yeah.
I have said that in the city of good neighbors, I do not feel safe because the system is continuously failing us. I have expressed that, but I have not experienced what they have experienced.
Right.
And so the loss that they feel and the grief that they're going through, it's 1,000 times, exponentially more.
Right.
Even then, they did not say, we're upset at the system, we're upset at
Right.
this, we don't like them, we don't like. It has
Right.
always been thank you, and they have always put
Right.
their their focus on those who came forth to help. And I have seen the beauty of, I believe, and in my religion also, God gives us more of what you're grateful for. And
Mm-hmm.
I have always believed that, and it helped, carry myself forward. But I have seen it multiply with this family.
Yes.
I have seen it. There were so much negative things out there that they could have been upset about, but they focused on the positive, and I have seen the positive grow. The support that we have
Right.
received. There were a lot of negative comments, a lot of negative things that they could have focused on, but they focused on the positive. And
Right.
the thing that is keeping them going to this moment is the support that they have received, not just from our local community, but from, the entire globe.
Right.
And it is that strength that's keeping them going. And again, I feel so blessed to see that.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the power of gratitude. I I see that in them. I see
Yes.
that, and it's such a beautiful thing to
Such a
witness.
beautiful
Hmm.
thing. Such a very beautiful thing. And that back to, I mean, I've also seen that even in the little that I've seen, and hearing it now, it's very easy to hear it in your statements, and your gentleness, is so amazing, so touching, so inspiring. Um, and so that's where the love comes. And so let's talk a little about what are some of your hopes, and aspirations, going forward. So if we could talk about that a little bit.
To iba fasalut diri za jenis kalau ya bishi na insaf ya bishi afsus lager to haraya ya kita ara hono honikare nofroti hosroti anola ya kita duponian hono de honikare gyano gori zahir no gori ara bol ki uchi shukriya da guji dilo to shukriya da guji ya Allah boli ara to tara yo ya kita ya Allah bishi tarif korar pa to ya Allah bishi shukriya da korar ya onara ta to sala de samutu samar zindagi kori billa ki gori billa ki niyata se gori billa anola ki azua se onara zindagi mare fai billa anola ya kita कोशिश करी बिला फाइ बिला मानसि हुंदालगो मदद करी फारिबो यानी किने जाहिर करी दसाय किने होय दसाय
Motto morfangi nugba guri balla yan azwa de sinta de yan kala madzama ya dunia itu kuragi de wendo sinta ye biyo yare gotu neli ettor hormon gano yedi to ya bappa dunia itu alla ini goi Amerikar huzuru lo ye gana tamade bosar ashilde edun motto sintan fanno hure Maddina mother kenguri lor horayede honno zere mojede ya modilotu horana varande e kiri boyar balu boyar e boyar na mor hojamore dunya tu niye godi hen lagde bishi fereshani lag to yana la buli sinta gorom jivetture bade mor panin dwara zene vare hene ani di bolla muyan shesh yan taratto America tu modo samodiri
my greatest aspiration right now is to have the remaining of my children over here
Yes.
the remaining of my grandchildren to be here right with me right at this moment because that is what my husband my late husband would have always prayed for and he did always mention about them now what happened to my husband was fated it was perhaps written the pain the trauma the suffering the misery everything that he went through it was probably written for him I still remember when he was here with us, with me, he will always say, like, even a slightest bit of wind, he would feel, he would say, oh, it's really cold. And what bothers me until today, right now, is that whenever I am outside right now, whenever I experience a bit of wind, a bit of, like, breeze, cold breeze, I would, it would instantly make me wonder, how did my husband, for 5 days,
Yes.
being outside in the
Yes.
cold, in the unknown, wandering around in a place where he thought that he will get help and he didn't get any. It it just kills me inside. It just bothers me. But nevertheless, I pray for him to be at a better place and I'm sure he is. Right
Yes.
now, I just
Yes.
want to stay alive for the rest of my children, for my
Right.
grandchildren,
Right.
and they are the only reason why I am looking forward to live. And I just hope that whoever who's listening right now, who's watching right now, would reach out to help, to unite my family. And in any form, anyone wanna give any sort of help, we are open to receiving. We are open to receiving it. We are ready to receive it. Thank you.
Yes. Well, and so this is maybe a good time to mention, and for those of you, some of you who see the description of the show, if it's on the radio, then you would have to go to WBNY would have a description, or also to the Western New York Peace Center YouTube channel would have the description of this show, and in that description are some links to different petitions. There's 2 petitions. One that was put together by Assemblyman John Rivera, Justice for Nurul, and then there's another that is put together by the UB School of Architecture and Planning. That also
Is
is
that
another
the research
petition that
team?
people can sign and help with, and to help share, share them around so that people can sign. And another thing that people can do is the GoFundMe. So the GoFundMe, which the Peace Center has actually, the Western New York Peace Center has sent it around on our weekly news, Talking Peace News, that goes as an email out to, thousands of people. They've gotten that. And back to what you said, and the community has responded, but we do still, there is the need to get the rest of your children here and their children. So I wanted to mention those so that people can find those links and go to those links. And also, if I could ask Faisal, what would be some of your aspirations and hopes that you're having, now
तो तो फुसलतरी
for
तो
the
की
future?
आजुलागेर की को तो मनोहर समर जिंदगीला की होइदा लाइक
Atin mamala bishi sinda lage kala ara duibe asi mama isade बहुत কিছু করা পরে রানা পরে তো আরালা হানা কোন তৈরি করা পরে তো হাম ঘুরি না পারে তার নানালা ফাইলে বাইন কিনে ডানিলে তো বাইন তো বই না সিনে মধু ঘুরি পারিব
my aspiration is very simple. It's just to have my mom in a better state, in better position in life actually. So
Yes.
right now she's the
Yes.
one who's taking care of the household. She
Mm-hmm.
cooks. She makes sure that we are well fed. She makes sure we provided. But right now I can't even I can't even help her out because I'm trying to find a job over here to have a more
Right.
stable job. So I'm always at home trying to help her and also trying to help my brother. So that's the reason why it's really important to
Mm-hmm.
have the presence of my brothers, because I'm still very young and I also have dreams to live, to want to achieve. I wanted to have to have my own career as well, and I have always wanted to make sure I pursue my education, and education matters a lot as well for me.
Yes.
So my aspiration is simple, just to take care of my mom,
Yes,
see
of
my
course.
family
Mm.
united, and also to do something with myself in my life so that I can provide for my family. So I hope that whoever listening, you guys could help me out with that.
Yes, and what would Faisal? What would you like to do? What would it be if you were to pick any career that you could have or any work that you could do? What would you most like to do?
Mafusalade Faisal, toto ki ko tomo no hor samo zindagi mara tolla. Ugwa ze jinis obok toto gagide basito hoito ki basiti goribilla.
Ai ede America chide hekaden ede aibade fonna buri bajum fonna buri aru tarpore sade milisha made construction hango jila te ede aibade construction ham hina made engineer ase iba shwaj go jila mai kala ede aibade fonna buri bajum ekam beto zindagi ekam safety ni zolla ekam beto hango yara shilam tarpore sade kintu kana no.
I have always wanted to pursue my education because I knew the value of it. I knew the importance of it. I
Right,
knew how it would help me break out of poverty, break out of
right.
um, the cycle of poverty. And that was my biggest goal when I got over here. I was very excited
Mm-hmm.
that coming over here I would be able to pursue my education, which means eventually I would be able to choose the career that I've always dreamed of, which is to be in construction, on the construction field, because I have experience doing that back in Malaysia. And I told myself, like, if I ever get a chance or an opportunity to come over here to the US, I would pursue my education, so that, I could be on a construction field, in an engineering field. And that has always been my ultimate
Mm-hmm.
dream. And to make my dad proud, and to show that that his son is is really trying hard. So but now my dad is not here anymore, so I might not be able to show him that that I did it, but I will do it for the promise that I made to him.
Mm. Yes. Well, we certainly hope and pray that things will go so that you can fulfill your dreams and do. It's interesting that it's the School of Architecture and Planning that put out that second petition.
Mm-hmm.
You
Yeah.
know, So things can happen. Things can happen in ways that we never
Imagine.
expect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That things that we never expect. And meanwhile, of course, I'm sure that you are such a big support to your mother. So Fatima, I know, that to have him even here right now, to have all of them who are here right now, and and your youngest too. So important that you're all together.
Tara hodere bishi zuruti po sana to sati fati taki bella ya zenagi tara fonna fori padi yana la ya se saka to tara mo korre saka ya to fare oit fare tara ya fonna fori sale tara te kya guri bobo.
So I'm wondering if is there anything that we haven't talked about that you would really like to say, before we finish, because we're actually getting close to the end of the time.
Gusto ko ito panahon hala tara to Faisal to
Or
kailan no
both
fori
of
bago
you,
to
yeah, when you
gusto
think.
to gusto
Yeah.
sila hobila.
Or any of you, all of you.
Khaleda, you have anything to say?
One thing I would like to, say for our audience is that, we take so much for granted. I can definitely speak for myself.
Right.
I have taken so much for granted.
Mm.
Being exposed to and having access to the things that I have. Faisal is only, 22 years old.
Right.
When I was 22, I was in La La Land. And I feel like just
You
prior...
were what?
I was in La La Land.
Oh,
right?
yes.
I had
Mhm.
no idea how life worked out there.
Mm.
And just prior to 5 years, I was still in La La Land. I'm
Right.
in my 30s, and
Me
I'm
too.
just getting
Don't tell
What?
anybody.
Don't tell
There's no
anyone.
way. You look like you're 20s. I'm just kidding.
just getting my things together,
Mm.
And to see a 22-year-old step into the role of his father, to
Right.
take care of his mother,
Right.
to step into the role of, being a brother to his younger sibling,
Right.
also his older sibling, his entire family. Like, if you think about it right now, yes, his brothers back home are carrying the weight of their family, but I lost my dad too, just a little over 2 years ago, so I know what it's like. And it's tough. And even though I didn't have to take the weight of my
Right.
mom, my family, I didn't have to do that. It's still very tough for me. And so seeing Faisal have to carry and worry about, being there for his mom
Right.
and his youngest brother's education.
Yes.
And it's like his dreams are kind of diminishing in a way, but I hope that we can show him support, that he can still go to school,
Yes.
go in the Department of Engineering, become who he dreamed that he would become, fulfill his education. And I want to say that I know a lot of us cannot, empathize with him because we have not endured what he has endured.
No, right.
But for a 22-year-old to have to go through that and take on the weight of, taking the role of his father, his brother himself, it's a lot.
It's a lot. It
And
is a lot.
I commend him for that.
Oh, absolutely. I want to say, first of all, to Nurul Amin Shah Alam's wonderful family here and friends. So that means for all of you, for Fatima especially, for you, Faisal, and Prince and Khaleda as friends of the family. We're so grateful that you've come on. And we can do another show other times. We do regular shows. So now you know where we are. And people are very interested. People are asking if this is Nurul Alam's family. Yes, it is. And we are very blessed and grateful that you've come on the show. So this is Talking Peace, and we thank you more than we can say. This is Talking Peace, and we have been talking peace in truth and love. Thank you so very much.